What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
If you ranch or farm, you've all lost them out there one time or another. I'm talking about rake teeth. Your John Deere dealer Grossenberg Implement knows how important they are this time of year as you're raking those corn stalks together to bale or getting ready for next year's hay crop. So this week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all rake teeth. Fix those worn out teeth on your hay rake now and save. Only at Grossenberg Implement. Locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. If you
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technology, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
To get a point so you can go on a run on their own.
Exactly, and we've gotten better at that in the last couple of weeks. We still have our little moments here and there, but that has gotten better.
That is Callie Houchin, head coach of the Lyman Raiders. We get her thoughts coming into this volleyball matchup here tonight. We'll talk to Stephanie Huber next. We're back in 30 seconds on KPFO.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Part two of our pregame interviews, we talked to Stephanie Huber of the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. And coaches, you go down the home stretch of your season. You said it, 8 and 9. I think you've had your ups and downs, but you guys are playing pretty good volleyball.
Yes, we for sure are. We had some mistakes earlier on in the season, but we fixed them, and we're ready to keep trucking forward.
And I think for right now, with the remaining matches, and I didn't count, but, you know, a couple weeks remaining in the regular season, about 3, I think. And with that, you can go out and kind of fine-tune. You're going to be mid-pack, perhaps, if there's enough officials. You'll wind up with a home match in the opening round of the regions, and as long as you take care of business. And that's what you got to do. It starts here tonight.
Of course, we're definitely looking for some more wins under our belt. So hopefully that's what we can pull out for the next couple games.
And it's just a situation of building up some momentum. We had you early in the season against Chamberlain. You know, it was a situation there where you kind of just eventually got things rolling to where you were able to take over the match. Chamberlain, a team that matched you up size-wise, and it took you a little while to get going, but you were able to do that. It's good to see you guys playing well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, once we find our groove, we're definitely a lot better, and then it helps us out in the end.
One thing that I keep asking coaches, and even though we're getting late in the season, I ask about improvement and things like that, but what, you know, with the matches that you have remaining, you want to be able to get better because the postseason run's coming. What do you want to see as an improvement tonight against Lyman?
We definitely want to see more hits set up. That's something that we've been struggling all year. We go back and forth. Our hits aren't getting set up as nicely as we want to, so getting more hits rather than 3 balls over the net.
And the kids have to realize that when you do make a good pass and you set your hitters up in a position where they can really do something with it, sometimes I think some of these teams, it's just getting to this point of the season where the kids' eyes open up and say, wow, that does work. And I think, that's something that you want to strive for, and that's probably something you've been working on all season long.
Oh, for sure. They definitely realize it now more than earlier in the season.
Matchup.
That is Stephanie Huber, head coach of the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes, and that is our keys to success from the folks at May Adam. It's time for starting lineups from the folks at Avera Orthopedics, and for the visiting Lyman Raiders, they will start with Mackenzie Labrador. She is a 5'6 junior. Kason Gran, a 5'4 junior. And Skylar Vollmer, a junior at 5'9". Also, we will see Max Scott get a start. She is a 6-foot freshman. Riley Middleton, a 5'6 senior. And Kaylee Larson, a 5'7 junior, will start for Lyman. The Raiders will use a libero, and that is Annie Brackey. Brackey is a junior at 5'6". The Lyman Raiders, 4-10 on the season under head coach Kelly Houchin. For the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes, we will see starting Olivia Chase, a 5'5 senior, Corey Gabriel, a 5'9 senior, Riley Kafka, a 5'8 sophomore, and Kata Hand, a junior at 5'10. Also starting for Stanley County will be Grace Sargent, a 5'9 senior, and Alejandra Juarez, she is a senior at 5'5". The Lady Buffaloes will employ a libero tonight as well, and that is Reese Hand. Hand is a sophomore at 5'2". So that is the starting lineups for Stanley County. They are 8-9 on the season. The head coach of the Lady Buffaloes is Stephanie Huber. Stay with us during the post game. We'll have the KPLO CHS River Plains player of the game. Our big play of the game will come tonight as well. That is brought to you by the folks at Golden Buffalo as pre-game announcement and festivities get set to commence here down on the court. And we will take a timeout. Oh, one more thing to mention. The announcement of our game officials. That is brought to you by the Office of Attorney General and their Division of Consumer Protection. Our game officials are Sharon Ferry and Terry Keller. The announcement of our game officials from the Office of Attorney General and their Division of Consumer Protection. The pregame has been brought to you by the folks at Potsdam State Farm Insurance. And we are back in 3 minutes on KPLO.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Have all of your painting supplies at the Paint Store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
In Fort Pierre as we get set for volleyball action here tonight. Big pink night for the Lady Buffaloes of Stanley County as they announce their starters on the floor. The Lyman Raiders starting lineup has been already announced as both of these teams get ready to go to work. A very nice crowd on a Monday night joining us for volleyball, and we thank you for joining us tonight for our coverage of regional high school volleyball here on KPLO, and we'd like to welcome those of you joining us worldwide at drgnews.com. Our opening serve is brought to you by the region's full-service Bobcat dealer, Riverview Power Sports in Oklahoma. Let them order Bobcat compact equipment that works for you when it comes to travel, work, and fun. Riverview is the name to know for compact equipment, vehicles, boats, and transportation. You could learn more at riverviewfamily.com. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being part of the team. They remind you to buckle up every trip and every time. As we mentioned, Big Pig Night for Stanley County. They're dressed in the pink jerseys. The libero, Reese Hand for Stanley County, will be wearing a black jersey with pink numerals. The Raiders are in their road red uniforms as the libero in a gray jersey for the Lyman Raiders. Sharon Ferry will be the floor official. Terry Keller will be the up official for this volleyball match here. The rotation for Stanley County is set, and now the rotation for Lyman is set, and we should be set to go, as it will be Lyman who will serve first. It will be Skylar Vollmer who will get ready to put this match in play. This should be a good one. Both of these teams should match up very well as Vollmer puts it in play. Back row its hand as Juarez moves it forward. The overhand shot from Grace Sargent is across, and here is Lyman. Skylar Vollmer from the back row completes the play. Up top, Gabriel. She'll shoot it back row, and Corey hits it long and out of bounds. So after a back-and-forth volley, it is Lyman that scores first. They lead 1-0 and will continue in serve as Skylar Vollmer again looks to put it in play. The overhand back row. It comes to Reese Hand. And here is Stanley County over the top. The Raiders will set the play at the net. They'll attack. It's Kaylee Larson. Lady Buffaloes will dig it out. It's Gabriel again as they set it for her. And Corey again will hit it long and out of bounds. And two hitting errors have given the Lyman Raiders the early 2-0 lead here in this opening set. As Vollmer again will put it in play. Again, Hand will work with it. Back row up top. Gabriel over the top. And a nice play there. Rayleigh Middleton will dig it out. They'll set it for Rayleigh. And she tries to hammer it the other way. She hits it wide and out of bounds. And Stanley County scores their first point of the match off of a hitting error from Lyman. Olivia Chase serving. Side winding spin. It kind of spun to the outside and spins out of bounds by a couple feet. Turnover or hitting error, or serving error, pardon me. First of the night for Stanley County. For Lyman, Kaylee Larson serving. And Kaylee, a line drive serve that just clears the net. At the net at Stanley County. Hitting it hard there was Grace Sargent. Our first offensive stat of the night is a Grace Sargent kill. And that makes it 3-2 Lyman. Stanley County back in serve. It is Sargent, the 5'9 senior, who will move to the back row to put it in play. Sargent with the serve, Vollmer back row. They move it up top to Max Scott. She hammers it, but Stanley County will dig, and they'll set it up top. It's Caden's Hand making the play. Nice job by Annie Brackey with the dig for Lyman. They work it back. The Raiders try to block it, but getting it through was Stanley County, and that's Alejandro Juarez. Max Scott was there, but couldn't hit it squarely. It winds up going out of bounds on the Lyman side. We're tied at 3 now as Stanley County looks to put it in play. Here is Scott with the two-hand push across for the Raiders. Juarez up top, Gabriel over the top. Vollmer will dig it out. And up once again, this is Labrador, tries to go cross court, hits it wide and out of bounds. Pardon me, Rayleigh Middleton hitting it wide for the Lyman Raiders. So Stanley County leading 4-3 as Lyman works to regroup. It is Scott at the net, will duel, and hitting error Lyman will give the point to Stanley County. Lady Buffaloes now have scored 3, make it 4 in a row. And will end that scoring run as Grace Sargent puts a serve into the net. 5-4 Stanley County leading. The serve belongs to Lyman. This is the junior Kaysen Grand who will serve. Kaysen, the 5'4 junior. Waiting for the signal from Terry Keller, and now we're set to go. Over the top, across it comes. Here is Stanley County. They shoot cross court, and that's a nice play there from Caden's Hand. Did a good job of reading the defense, knew where it needed to go, and then was able to hit it wide and hit it out of the reach of Skylar Vollmer, and she will score the kill. Back across it comes. Brackey with the dig. Up top, Max Scott, and Mack will hit it long and out of bounds. 4 hitting errors for Lyman. That's where 7 of the Stanley County points have come from here in the opening set. We have had just 3 kills. Those have come from Stanley County. Lyman has yet to get an offensive stat. Back row, Brackey on the return, a serve. Up top it comes. Well, this is Vollmer from the back row, and she has a well-placed attack across and down. Skyler with her first of the night. 7-5. Stanley County with the 2-point lead. The Raiders in serve. This is Rayleigh Middleton serving. Back row, Stanley County. They move it forward. This is Abby Wiley pushing it across. Raiders will clear it out. Back to the Stanley County side it comes. It's Hand who tries to hit it hard, but hits it into the net. Hits it just a little bit short. And the hitting error will give the point to Lyman. The Raiders back in it. Trailing by 1 at 7-6 Stanley County at the net. Scott has a block by Hand, but Max Scott will get it back, and Mack is able to hammer it the other way across and down. It's her first kill of the night. And it is now 7-7. Raiders putting together a nice scoring run here, as they have scored now 4 in a row. And across it comes, and that's an ace. Rayleigh Middleton with the first ace of the night for the Lyman Raiders. 8-7 now. Lyman leads as Middleton puts it in play once again, and it is just long and out of bounds. First service error for Lyman. Good job back row there. Wiley and Reese Hand. Abby Wiley and Reese Hand back there. Both of them made the decision it was going to go out. They used good judgment there as Skylar Vollmer airmails one out of bounds, and another point for Stanley County. But they were able to gauge that that ball was going to be out by about a foot. They both let it go in between them, and turned out to be the right play. Stanley County now has scored 2 in a row to make it 9-8. And here is the Lady Buffaloes trying to hammer it across. They'll get the job done. It's dug out. And Lyman tries to send it the other way, and they hit it long and out of bounds. And another hitting error. Lyman being aggressive at the net. But another hitting error. That is 6 now, which will give Stanley County another point. They lead 10-8. Looping serve, Alejandro Juarez, and here is Lyman on the return. Dumping it across Marina Scott. Back up top, they'll duel at the net. Max Scott and Caden's Hand with quite a battle. Stanley County will get it across. The Raiders will set it for Skylar Vollmer, and Skylar will dump it across and down for her second kill of the night. 10-9. The lead to Stanley County. But Annie Brackey back in to serve as Annie sends it back row. Reese Hand will dig it out. Back up top, the attack the other way. A good shot there from Stanley County's Riley Kafka. That's her first of the night. That makes an 11-9 score. Stanley County has eked out a 2-point advantage once again as Caden's Hand serves. Back row, Skylar Vollmer. They work it back up top, and there for a block for Stanley County was Grace Sargent. Her first of the night. 12-9. Makes it a 3-point lead as Hand serves once again. And here is Lyman. Vollmer. He'll hammer it through the block and down, and Skylar Vollmer. The hard hit ball there. That's her third kill of the night, and that ends the Stanley County scoring run. 12-10. The lead to Stanley County. The serve, the Lyman. This is the junior Mackenzie Labrador who serves. And that serve is across. And back row as they move it forward over the top of the defense. Grace Sargent, dig made Brackey, up top Vollmer over the top of the defense and down. And everybody was expecting a hard hit ball on that occasion, but Skylar was able to hang in the air long enough to just tip it over the top of that potential block and down. That makes it 12-11, and the Raiders putting together a nice scoring run, and now Stanley County not able to get it across. They commit their fourth hitting error of the night, and just like that, that big lead that Stanley County had a few moments ago is gone, and we're tied at 12. And now the Raiders will send across an ace for Mackenzie Labrador and a timeout taken. Stanley County will take the timeout here as we work in the opening set. It is 13-12 Lyman. Timeouts are brought to you by the folks at Agtegra. Acres Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. And we're back in 30 seconds on KPLO.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank. Providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Lives. We will be in Highmore. Highmore Herald hosting Sully Buttes, a very important match for both teams, and we'll have it for you with our match coverage at around 7 o'clock tomorrow night. 13-12 Lyman as Stanley County uses their first timeout of the match. The Raiders starting to get some momentum going. We'll see if Stanley County can change it as they hammer it across, and a whistle, net violation on Stanley County, will give the point to Lyman. I think it was 12-9. Stanley County was out in front. Since then, the Raiders have run off 5 in a row and lead 14-12 as they continue to work and serve. And here is, we have a whistle. We're having another hitting error on Stanley County. Another net violation. And that time, Grace Sargent was trying to chase down an errant pass and got her foot on the Lyman side of the court, and that's a no-no. So now it's 15-12 Lyman. Here are the Raiders. It is Vollmer over the top. Nice dig made. Caden's Hand, and here is Lyman again. Vollmer hits it hard, but it's blocked. That is Grace Sargent with the defensive play for Stanley County, and that ends the scoring run. 15-13 now. Stanley County trailing by 2 as they look to serve. It is Riley Kafka putting it in play. The Raiders with the return across from Katie Larson. Caden's Hand made the dig. The dig winds up on the Lyman side, and right there was Skylar Vollmer to dump it across and down. So it's now 16-13. As Stanley County can't put together a long scoring run. It's Vollmer to the back row to serve. Caden's Hand back row as they move it forward. Two-hand shove from Corey Gabriel is across, and here is Lyman. They'll set it up top, shoot to the back row, and was it tipped? One of the line judges was trying to signal that it was tipped, which meant that it would have been a point for Lyman. Instead, the officials did not see it. Will play on 14-16 as the Raiders work the return of serve across. Here is Stanley County making the play. And now Lyman up top. It's Vollmer over the top of the defense. Now Stanley County scrambling off the roof and out of play. And a hitting error for Stanley County. And Lyman will prevail and get the point. It's 17-14 as we work here in the opening set. Kaylee Larson serving, the 5'7" junior. A little smoke on that serve. Caden's hand deadens it to slow things down. A free ball across from Grace Sargent. And here is Lyman. Max Scott at the net. She'll hammer it. But it's dug out by Olivia Chase. And back up front it comes. Gabriel to the back row. And she's able to get it across and down. And that was a well-placed shot there from Corey Gabriel to make it 17-15. Grace Sargent serving for Stanley County. Raiders with the bump. It winds up at the net and gets hammered home there. And that was Caden's hand who made the play. Caden's with her first or second kill of the night. It's 17-16. Grace Sargent serving. Vollmer back row for Lyman as they work it up top, and the shot across is long and out of bounds as Rayleigh Middleton mishit it. 17-17 is our score, and here's Stanley County coming back. Grace Sargent serving. Lyman will set it at the net for Scott. It's blocked there, but kept alive by Lyman on a nice hustle play. Stanley County with the quick return back. It's Scott the other way. Back row dig is made, and the Lady Buffaloes are able to get it back across. Lyman again. This time it's Scott over the top of the defense. She was there twice trying to hit it hard. It was blocked both of those times. But the third time at the net, they were expecting that a double block was coming, and she just two-hand touched it off to the side. It's down for a kill, her second of the night. The Raiders are out in front 18-17. Kason Grand serving for Lyman. And a drop ball there will go down for an ace. The third ace of the night for Lyman. That makes it 19-17 as the Raiders will continue in serve. To the back row it comes. Abby Wiley works to move it forward, and it's blocked at the net. Alejandra Juarez was there to try to attack, but Max Scott was there with the two-hand block, and she was able to swat it down, and Lyman the first team to 20 here in set number one. Kason Grand serving. Back up top it comes. They will work around and off the block and out of play. They're going to call a net violation on Max Scott. It will be a hitting error for Lyman, their eighth of this opening set. Stanley County with the serve, and Corey Gabriel putting it in play. 20-18 Lyman. As Gabriel served, Brackey with the bump. They move it forward. Scott with the attack across. Stanley County will dig. A free ball from Caden's hand, but it's short and into the net. Stanley County with now 8 hitting errors. It's 21-18 Lyman. And this is Rayleigh Middleton serving. That serve is long and out of bounds. 21-19. Lyman's lead is 2. And here is Alejandra Juarez. She works it back across. Middleton up top, Vollmer. Two-hand shove over the defense. Juarez will make the dig. Back up top, and a hard hit ball there across and down. That's from Briley Kafka. Her second kill of the night. Stanley County continues to battle. They will not let Lyman get away. It's 21-20. Raiders still lead by 1. Lady Buffaloes put it in play, and an ace is across. The first ace of the night for Stanley County, and it comes from Alejandra Juarez, and a timeout taken by Lyman. 21-21 is our score as we work through this opening set. Let's take a 30-second break and return on KPLO.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
When With Heather Williams back at DRG Media Group's World Headquarters, my name is Darren Boyle. We thank you for joining us tonight for our coverage of regional high school volleyball from Parkview Gym in Fort Pierre. We are tied at 21 as Stanley County serves out of the timeout. Alejandro Juarez with the serve. It is wide and out of bounds. The Raiders back out in front by one. It's 22-21. Annie Brackey back into the match. She will put it in play. Neither team has been able to get away from the other. As we've worked here in this opening set, it was like we expected it to be. Here's Cadence Hand with an attack from Stanley County. It's across and down. Cadence with her third kill. Guess what? We're at 22 all. And Cadence will move to the back row to put it in play. The 5'10 junior. Looking to serve here as we await for the signal from net official Terry Keller. And here we go. It's Vollmer back row. Raiders will move it forward. Vollmer has to free ball across. Here is the dig back row from Reese Hand. They move it forward. Vollmer with a block for Lyman. Raiders do have it on their side, though. And again, Vollmer will have to free ball back. It is Juarez sent to Gabriel. That's over the top of the defense. And back up top it comes. Marina Scott with the dig for Lyman. Vollmer will clear it. And here is an attack from Briley Kafka that is hit short and into the net. 23-22. Lyman now, as the volleyball got away, but they tracked that down, and now we're good to go as Mackenzie Labrador will check back in to serve. The line drive serve is across. Here is Stanley County. They will have to free ball the other way, and it's out of bounds, but it hit Mackenzie Labrador. She was out of play. It hit her, so that means it's in play, and it drops down. And that is a thank you very much kill from Grace Sargent. Her second of the night. We're tied at 23. Stanley County will put it in play. Here is a free ball across from Lyman. Juarez back row to dig. They set it up top to Sargent. Across and down in a hurry. Grace Sargent with her third kill. 24-23 Stanley County, and we are at game point. Serving for the Lady Buffaloes, the sophomore Briley Kafka. And she will send it to the back row, and Annie Brackey just kind of waved at it as it went by, and it will turn out to be a service error, but that one was almost too close to not try to make a play on. We're tied at 24. Remember, you got to win by 2, so that takes off a set point here. As another shot the other way across and down, Grace Sargent. And on the last couple occasions where Stanley County has had the opportunity, and you talked to our in our conversation pregame with head coach Stephanie Huber, where you talked about that passing situation where you get it in the right spot to hammer it. Well, Stanley County has done that on a couple different occasions here, and that has resulted in point. 25-24 game point. Raiders will hit it long and out of bounds, and that will give set number 1 to Stanley County. 26-24 is our score in the opening set. Scoreboard from Darren Boyle Sales. Check out my large selection of new and used farm equipment at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page or shop online anytime at DarrenBoyleSales.com. We'll break for 2 minutes on KPLO.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup? Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local AgTegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierce, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Haley Larson, she'll dump the other way. Here's Alejandro Juarez across at the net. They'll duel, and they keep digging. Free ball from Brackey is across from Lyman. And here is Stanley County and Corey Gabriel through the defense. She'll get it down. And after a long volley back and forth, it is Stanley County that scores first in set number 2. The Lady Buffaloes with an 11-7 advantage in the kill department as Lyman committed 9 hitting errors. Another hit across. This is another hard hit ball from Grace Sargent. That's her 5th kill of the night. And the offense has come to play here in this second set for Stanley County as they will work it back across. Lyman trying to regroup. They'll fire to the back row. That's Kaylee Larson with the hit. Juarez the other way. Nice dig by Brackey. Grand moves it back. And to the Stanley County side it comes. Gabriel tries to hit it hard this time, but hits it and puts it into the net. Lady Buffaloes with 10 hitting errors, 9 for Lyman so far. Lyman, especially early in the set, gave up a lot of points early, just kind of getting a little bit in rhythm, but playing much better now. Here is an ace sent across from Skylar Vollmer, the 4th for Lyman. And we are tied just like that at 2, even though Stanley County scored the first 2 points in the set. Raiders come back and score 2 more as Vollmer looks for the lead here. And she'll dump it back row. It's Caden's hand. They move it forward. It's Sargent the other way. Stanley County, or Lyman will work the quick return. Stanley County will attack. Lyman with a free ball back across. Caden's hand set up top and a whistle and a net violation, double hit on Stanley County and another hitting error. And that gives Lyman the first lead of set number 2 at 3-2. Skylar Vollmer serving, and that a low line drive that is down for an ace, and that's her 2nd of this side out. And that time, a little more altitude on the jump as she worked it back, and she was able to get a little downward action on that serve. She'll send it across again. Stanley County still having trouble with it. They're not going to be able to get it across. They do get 3 hits on it, so it's not an ace, but it was a well-placed serve by Lyman and Skylar Vollmer that kept the defense off balance. They could not move it forward. It's 5-2 now as Lyman works with a 3-point advantage. Caden's hand up top. Corey Gabriel back across it comes. Here is Lyman, and this time Skylar Vollmer hits it short. So that ends the scoring run. That was 5 in a row. And it's now 5-3 Lyman as Grace Sargent serves for Stanley County. To the back row it comes. Mackenzie Lavendure with the dig, and then Lyman trying to move it forward and can't. It sticks in the net. And Stanley County on the comeback trail as they have scored 2 in a row now. Sargent puts it in play once again. Softly across, it's Brackey, Grand, Vollmer from the back row. Hits it wide. Lady Buffaloes make a play on it. Then they hit it short. That was a ball that maybe would have went out, but again, too close to not make a play on. And Reese Hand chased it down, and then Stanley County couldn't finish the play as Grace Sargent hit it short and into the net. 6'4" Lyman as they will serve once again. Here is Kaylee Larson putting it in play at the net. Stanley County, it is Gabriel over the top. Vollmer will dig up top. It's Max Scott, and she places it well, and that is a kill for the 6-foot freshman. 7-4 now. The lead at 3 for Lyman. And a speedy serve across, and Kaylee Larson, who has varied speed and serve, that time had a little extra on it as it went across, and Stanley County will take another timeout here. Their first of set number 2. It's 8-4 Raiders. And again, we'll pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Meet.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. KPLO 94.5 Reliance Chamberlain, 100.5 Pierre Fort Pierre. Leave sooner, drive slower, live longer.
Brought to you by Integra. Acres Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Integra cooperative today. Out of the timeout, Kaylee Larson serving. She hits it long and out of bounds. Point for Stanley County. It's still 8-5. Raiders leading as Stanley County puts it in play. They'll deal at the net. Max Scott will dump the other way, and we're going to have a whistle, and they're going to call a net violation on Stanley County. Both teams being aggressive at the net. When they do that, then as close as they are to the net, that means there's going to be some net violations, and that is adding to the hitting error total. 14 for Stanley County, 11 hitting errors for Lyman. So both teams in trying to get it done at the net. That hitting error total is starting to add up. Off the return of serve, here is Stanley County the other way. Is Talia Schmidt into the contest. She dumps it the other way. Quick return by the Raiders. Back up top, it's Caden's hand. Blocked by Scott. Again in his hand. This time it's over the top of the defense. Marina Scott will dig it out. Back to the Stanley County side. And his hand across. Max Scott will clean it up. Stanley County will shoot it the other way. Brackey with the dig. Gran up top. Scott. That's across and down in a hurry. Max Scott will score it. And that will be her 4th kill of the night. And it is 10-5. Decent Grand serving. Stanley County needs something to happen here as the bump of the set winds up on the Raiders' side. They'll set a play, and this time Max Scott will hit it long and out of bounds. And that will be a hitting error for Lyman. And the point will belong to Stanley County. They trail by 4 at 6, serving to 10. As Alejandra Juarez serves, she will put it into the net. And that will be 5 hitting errors so far in this match for Stanley County. Just 3 for Lyman. As the Raiders look to put it in play, this is Rayleigh Middleton. Her serve will go into the net. 11-7 Lyman. As Stanley County once again will serve to the back row, the junior Caden's hand. And Cadence will look to put it in play. It grazes the net. Brackey with a diving bump as they work it forward. Vollmer with the attack across, and it's off the antenna. That's out of play. So another hitting error for the Raiders, and Stanley County, for the first time in a while, has scored back-to-back points. Here is hand to serving. Up top it is Scott. Front line, she pushes it through the defense and down. Mack with her 5th kill. And it's now 12-8. Annie Brackey back in to serve as Max Scott will check out. Here is the Brackey serve. At the net at Stanley County. And Grace Sargent gets a nice pass. Handles it well as she pushes it across and down. That is her 6th kill of the night to make it 12-9. And again, Stanley County trying to make it happen. Talia Schmidt serving. And here is Annie Brackey back row. Marina Scott, Skylar Vollmer. Two-hand push and a whistle and another net violation. They're going to call a lift that time on Lyman. Either way, a hitting error. And it is now 12-10. The Raider lead at 2. As, again, Stanley County's Talia Schmidt serves, and her serve will go into the net. 13-10. Kenzie Lavador to the back row for Lyman. As she will send the overhand across. Hand. It is Gabriel getting it back to the Raider side. Skylar Vollmer with it. Nata threw a block and down. Skylar Vollmer with kill number 6. 14-10. As again, the Raiders being aggressive in the net. They're getting the job done. Here a serve. Mackenzie Lavador, that's across and through for an ace, and some miscommunication on the part of Stanley County in the back row there, as neither of the two in the back row made a play on it. This time, Raiders will serve, and Lavador's serve is across and way long and out of bounds. It's 15-11. Raiders are starting to get themselves a little bit of breathing room now, as Alejandro Juarez checks back in. Libya Chase serving for the Lady Buffalo. Free ball from Lyman is across. It's wide and out of bounds. So now it is 15-12, and Chase will put it in play once again, and this one is hits the top of the net, drops back down on the Stanley County side, and a service error, the 7th of the night for the Lady Buffaloes, gives a point and the serve back to Lyman. 16-12, Skylar Vollmer serving. Back row, Lady Buffaloes. They move it forward, set for Gabriel. That's over the top of the defense and down. Corey Gabriel will score the kill, her 3rd of the night, and it is 16-13. Lady Buffaloes will again put it in play. Lyman sets a nice play this time, but it's blocked to the net by Gabriel. Kaylee Larson swooped around and had the opportunity to attack it across, but Stanley County was there. Gabriel with her first block of the night, and it's 16-14. Here is Lyman. Vollmer with the attack. It's across, and we're going to score that a kill for Skylar. It was hit twice, but really that dig back row put things pretty much out of play, and hard for anybody to make a play on it further for Stanley County. It's 17-14 as Kaylee Larson serves. Back row, Stanley County. They'll move it forward. It's Gabriel. Vollmer with the dig. Max Scott will send it back, and that is a kill for Lyman. Max Scott with 6 kills, 18-14. And after Stanley County won the opening set 26-24, now Lyman looks to be in rhythm as they try to even it all at a set apiece. Stanley County works it across. The Raiders, can they get it across? No, they cannot. They got 3 hits on it. Skylar Vollmer was at the net, almost went across as a net violation, but was able to get a little bit of a hit on it, but could not clear it, and it's now 18-15. Corey Gabriel serving for Stanley County. Vollmer back row. Scott the other way. And again, Max Scott will score the kill. That's on the set when she pushes it across. It's now 19-15. Kason Grand serving for Lyman. Dig made back row. They work it up top, and Max Scott blocks it. That's her second block of the night to go with 7 kills, and it's 20-15. The Raiders, again, the first team to 20. As Kason Grand puts it in play, here's Stanley County. It's Alejandro Juarez. Marina Scott with the dig for Lyman. Skylar Vollmer with a 2-hand push. Dig made by Abby Wiley back up top. The attack comes the other way from Kafka. Raiders will dig it out. Max Scott attacks. Stanley County will dig it back out at the Raider net. They get it across and push it through. Let's score it down Alejandra Juarez. She will be scored with her second kill of the night. It's 20-16. Side out to Stanley County, but the Lady Buffaloes have some work to do. It's Juarez serving. Here is Lyman back row. They move it forward, an errant pass. Annie Brackey has the free ball from the back row. They work it back up top. They'll deal and move the other way. The attack comes from Middleton. Stanley County will dig. Set at the net and across and too wide and out of bounds. That's Briley Kafka hitting it wide for Stanley County. 15 hitting errors for the Lady Buffaloes. Side out back to Lyman. It's 21-16 as Rayleigh Middleton will send the serve across. Back row Reese Hand with the bump. Now sending it the other way. They're going to call a net violation on Max Scott. That will take an offensive kill off the board for Briley Kafka. It's 21-17. Stanley County trails by 4 as Hand puts it in play. That's Cadence serving. Annie Brackey with the return across for Lyman. Reese Hand moving it forward. Olivia Chase will clear it. Now it's Brackey to Vollmer, and that's across and down. And Schuyler has 8 kills. Max Scott with 7 kills for Lyman. And the offense working for the Raiders, especially here in set number 2, and it's 22-17. For the Raiders, it's the libero Annie Brackey serving. To the back row, Stanley County will set it up. Olivia Chase in the net, and she hits it short, 23-17. And now, a timeout taken by Stanley County. 23-17, Lyman with the lead here in set number 2. Let's take a 30-second break and return on KPLO.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Call them today.
We will be in Fresno for high school football on Friday night. A big matchup between Sully Buttes and Lyman. 2 teams ranked in the 9-man divisions. We'll have it for you. 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff Friday night from Presho here on KPLO. Here an attack across from Lyman. This is Skylar Vollmer who pushes the other way. She will get it through and down to make it 24-17 in game point. Raiders with Annie Brackey serving. Here is Stanley County. Set at the net. This is Grace Sargent. She will push it across and down. She really has been the focus and it has had the best success in the passing game for Stanley County. When they find her and get her in rhythm, she has been able to dump it across and play well. Here is Lyman working to return across. They'll hit it wide and out of bounds. A hitting error for them, and it's 24-19 now. As Stanley County tries to mount a comeback, Riley Kafka serves, and that is long and out of bounds, and that will give Lyman the victory, 25-19. The Raiders claim set number 2, and we are tied at a game apiece. Scoreboard from Darren Boyle Sales. Check out the large selection of new and used farm equipment at my lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page. Shop online anytime at DarrenBoyleSales.com. We will take a 2-minute break and return on KPLO.
Car swap.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
If you ranch or farm, you've all lost them out there one time or another. I'm talking about rake teeth. Your John Deere dealer Grossenberg Implement knows how important they are this time of year as you're raking those corn stalks together to bale or getting ready for next year's hay crop. So this week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all rake teeth. Fix those worn out teeth on your hay rake now and save. Only at Grossenberg Implement. Locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
We invite you to join us this Sunday for Minnesota Vikings football. The Vikings back at work after their little junket overseas, and they will host the Chicago Bears. Kickoff at noon. Vikings pregame at 11 a.m. on your home for Minnesota Vikings football, KPLO. Raiders serve first and will score a kill to start this third set. And they have an early 1-0 lead, a 17-16 kill advantage for Lyman, or for Stanley County, rather. But they have cleaned up things as far as the hitting errors are concerned, and that is why they won that second set. There's Olivia Chase with the attack for Stanley County. It's long and out of bounds. The Lady Buffaloes with their 17th hitting error of the night. They also have 8 service errors, and that's just giving away points to the other team, and that has really been an issue for Stanley County, as now Skylar Vollmer sends across another ace. The Raiders with 5 service errors, but they've now sent across 8 service aces, so that negates the service errors, and that's advantage Raiders. And they have an early 3-0 lead in this third set. Back across we come. Here's Stanley County as they'll set. Grace Sargent out of position. She's able to get it back across. The Raiders will set it up. And attacking here is Kaylee Larson, and she will push it across and down. A quick 4-0 lead for Lyman. Now as the Raiders will look to put it in play. Vollmer serving to the back row. Caden's hand up top, and comes to Chase. Again, she'll hammer it hard. It is Annie Brackey with the dig. Larson will clean it up for Lyman. And here is Stanley County the other way. The attack from Olivia Chase. And at the net, Stanley County mishits it. They put it into the net. A hitting error will give the point to Lyman. Raiders leading 5-0 now, as again they will look to serve. And this is Skylar Vollmer again, as she disappears from our view and then reappears and hammers the ball across. Here is Stanley County from the back row. They free ball the other way. Diving dig made by Lyman, and then Stanley County trying to move it forward and can't. Nice hustle play made there by Mackenzie Lavador as she dug it, and sent it back. And Stanley County now having to go to their bench. We'll see Liberty Harrington check into the ball game. And again, Lyman will serve, and this time Skylar Vollmer's serve is long and out of bounds. That was a long side out for the Raiders to start this third set. 6-1, Lyman leading. Here's Olivia Chase serving. Annie Brackey back row, Case and Brand. They'll set it up top, and the Raiders can't clear it. Stanley County won the opening set 26-24. Lyman prevailed in the second set 25-19, and this is a pivotal third set here, as Stanley County is going to be able to send an ace across. Skylar Vollmer got a play on it, but couldn't get enough altitude on the bump to move it forward. And now, Olivia Chase puts it in play once again. Here is Lyman shooting to the back row, and a nice shot for Kaylee Larson. She will get it across and down. Larson with her first of the night. And it's now 7-3. Side out back to Lyman. Kaylee Larson puts it in play, and the serve will go into the net. 7 service errors now for Lyman, 8 for Stanley County. Both teams now with 17 kills. And here is Grace Sargent putting it in play for the Lady Buffalo. A low line drive serve. Middle tent will dig. Grant on the bumps, or on the set, works it across. Here's Caden's Hand clearing it. Max Scott the other way. Sargent with the dig. Back up top. They work it the other way. This is Casey Knight pushing it across. And Stanley County, or Lyman actually hits it wide and out of bounds. So a hitting error for the Raiders makes it 7-5. Stanley County has been able to come back here. Sargent serves. Here's Skylar Vollmer the other way, and that is through the defense and a kill. Skylar Vollmer with 10 kills on the night. That ends the Stanley County scoring run. And it's now 8-5. More substitutions for Stanley County as Abby Wiley checks in. Here's Kason Grand serving. Wiley back row is able to move it forward. It winds up on the Lyman side, and here's Max Scott trying to hit it hard. She hit it short. 8-6. Lyman's lead at 2. As Corey Gabriel serves. The senior will put it in play. Here's Skylar Vollmer trying to return it from the back row. She hits it long and out of bounds. Another hitting error for Lyman and another point for Stanley County. It's 8-7. Here is Gabriel's serve. Vollmer back row digs it. It winds up on the Stanley County side. They'll duel at the net. Max Scott the other way. Caden's Hand down the line. Kason Grand with a dig. Max Scott, middle of the court. She'll dump it back across. And here is Stanley County. This is Hand across and down. Caden's Hand with her 4th kill of the night. And that nice lead that Lyman had to start this third set, it's gone, and we're tied at 8. Corey Gabriel serving once again. It is Vollmer. Scott, she'll work the other way. Chase with the dig. Up top, Hand. She will slap it down. Back-to-back kills for the 5'10 junior, Caden's Hand, and it is 9-8. Stanley County out in front. And again, Corey Gabriel will serve. To the back row, it's Annie Brackey. Kason Grand moves it forward. The set for Vollmer. She'll hammer it, and it's through the defense and down. Skylar Vollmer with 11 kills now for Lyman. That ends a scoring run. And to the back row it goes. And this is Rayleigh Middleton serving. Reese Hand with the bump. They move it forward. Caden's Hand blocked by Scott. Lady Buffaloes will try to keep it going and can't as they get a couple passes on it, but wind up hitting it wide and out of bounds. It's 10-9 Lyman. Middleton serving. To the back row, Hand. And up top. That's going to be scored an ace because I don't think anybody from Lyman touched it. Middleton with her 2nd ace of the night. And now a serve into the net by Middleton. And it evens out. We're 11-10. Lyman leading by 1. Here's Casey Wright serving. And her serve is long and out of bounds. 9 service errors for Stanley County. Side out back to Lyman. It's 12-10. Annie Brackey was out for a moment. She checks back in. Max Scott will check out for the Raiders. And here is the Brackey serve to the back row. Stanley County moving it forward. Caden's Hand has a free ball it back. Vollmer with the dig. Back up top to Skylar. She'll hammer it through the defense and down. Skylar Vollmer with another kill. That is 12 on the night, and it's 13-10. The Raiders back out in front by 3. And they will look to serve it once again. Brackey to the back row. Here is Lyman at the net, or Stanley County rather, at the net. Lyman will dig it out, set it for Skylar Vollmer, and again, Skylar is able to push it through the defense and down, and another timeout taken. Stanley County timeout here as we are in the teens score-wise in set number 3. It is 14-10 Lyman, and let's pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Timeouts are brought to you by AgTegra. Acres Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. 14-10, the lead to Lyman. Stanley County using another timeout as the Raiders serve, and again, the Raiders will set for Skylar Vollmer, who's gotten all sorts of rhythm here in this third set. She will dump it across and down again for her 14th kill of the night to make it 15-10 Raiders. Here's Annie Brackey again serving. This time the serve is long and out of bounds. And the service error for Lyman is their 9th of the night. Now Stanley County has some work to do, but they have been on scoring runs before. It's 15-11 as Caden's Hand serves for the Lady Buffalo. Skylar Vollmer back row, Kason Grand. They move it up top. The attack from Kim Moso is across. A quick return by Stanley County. Here is Vollmer the other way. Caden's Hand up top. This is Olivia Chase, and that is across and down. Grace Sargent with the kill. That is her 8th of the night. And it is 15-12. The Lady Buffaloes have scored 2 in a row now. Caden's Hand will serve once again. To the back row, the Raiders work to move it forward. They'll get it across, and now Stanley County can't move it forward. They had the opportunity. They were in position. They got the Raider defense out of position. Just kind of a quick shot by Kason Grand got it across, and Stanley County couldn't do anything with it. It's 16-12 as the Raiders serve, and Rayleigh Middleton's serve will go into the net. 16-13 as Corey Gabriel checks in, and serving will be Briley Kafka for Stanley County. Here's Skylar Vollmer with the attack across, and again, Skylar is going to get it through the defense and down. 17-13 Lyman. And the difference between this third set and what we have seen in the first 2 sets is Lyman has just got themselves in a little bit more control. They eventually did take control of that third set, but Stanley County had scoring runs in them as, again, Grace Sargent hammers it across, but this time Lyman digs it out and sends it back. Again, they'll set a play. This time it's Gabriel through the defense. Kept alive, and a nice play there. Shoving it the other way is Kaylee Larson. She'll get it across and down for Lyman. 18-13. As the side out for Lyman continues. Stanley County kind of back on their heels a little bit. Lyman trying to be the first team to 20 in all 3 sets. Although Stanley County was able to come back and win that opening set as Grace Sargent pushes it cross court and into the hands of Riley Middleton. She's going to be called for a lift, so that's a kill for Sargent. That is her 9th of the night, and it's 18-14. Olivia Chase serving. It grazes the net. Annie Brackey dives to keep it alive. Here's Skylar Vollmer, and a hard hit ball there. Now Stanley County is going to get it across. Lyman will set it up once again. Larson trying to push it across and hits it short. The back-to-back points scored by Stanley County. Olivia Chase in serve here, and it's 18-15. Chase will push the other way. Labrador bumps it back row. Annie Brackey has to clear with a free ball. Winds up on the Raiders' side, or the Stanley County side. Caden's Hand on a one-timer goes the other way. Back across we come. The Raiders have it. They'll work the other way, and this time Kaylee Larson is able to get it through the defense and down And her fourth kill is scored tonight, and it is 19-15. The Raiders lead back at 4. And a serve here by Rayleigh Middleton will go into the net. He has been active in the last 3 plays. 19-16. Lyman leads. Stanley County serves. Here are the Raiders. Max Scott the other way. Sargent with the dig up top. Caden's hand, and that's across and down. Caden's hand with the kill. That is her 6th of the night. 19-17. The Lyman lead at 2 once again. A pivotal game 3 here. Both have taken a set in this match so far. Back across, or that is Sargent serving. Vollmer, Grand, now Scott the other way. Back to the net it comes. Raiders with a quick return by Scott. Stanley County returns the favor. Here is Scott at the net. Still hit it wide and out of bounds. 19-18. As Stanley County looks to serve, this is Olivia Chase. And the overhand is across. Vollmer, Grand, Vollmer, and she hits it short. 19-19 is our score, and it has been a while. It was very early in this third set where Lyman led, or where Stanley County led, pardon me. Since then, it has been all Lyman. So here, Stanley County trying to work the return across, and hitting it wide was Alejandra Juarez. She commits the hitting error. Point for Lyman. Raiders again, the first team to 20. We work here in set number 3. It's 20-19. Abby Wiley will check back in as Kaysen Grand serves. The Raiders work it forward. Gabriel at the net. A cross-court shot there. And a whistle and a net violation is going to be called on Lyman. 20-20 is our score. As the Raiders will go to their bench as they send Talia Schmidt back in. Corey Gabriel to the back row to serve, and it goes into the net. 10 service errors for Stanley County. 21-20 is our score. The Raiders lead once again. Rayleigh Middleton serving. And here is Stanley County from the back row. Wiley, hand, Juarez, two-hand shove across. It is Brackey. Back up top, Vollmer. Hammers it. Reese Hand will dig it out, and back up top it comes. Talia Schmidt attacks. Raiders working the play. Will have to free ball across. Kaysen Grand makes the play. And here is Stanley County. It's Caden's hand with it. It threw the defense off the antenna. And it will be a hitting error for Stanley County, and Lyman will score the point to make it 22-20. Middleton will put it in play once again. This time it's long and out of bounds. 22-21. Side out back to the Lady Buffaloes. Alejandra Juarez serving. To the back row, Middleton. Grand moving it forward. Vollmer with a free ball the other way. Reese Hand will dig. Set back up top. It's Caden's hand. She'll hammer it this time. And that's across and down. Caden's hand with 7 kills. 22-22. Alejandra Juarez serving once again. Vollmer, Scott at the net. Vollmer trying to get it across, but a nice play by Stanley County. Sends it back to the Raiders' side. Here's Vollmer the other way. Wiley with the dig. Reese Hand, Caden's hand. Back across it comes. Vollmer will dig. Scott will set. Vollmer with a two-hand shove the other way. It's Juarez. Chase. Hand across. Kaysen Grand will dig it out. They'll duel at the net. And Caden's hand will score the kill. It's 23-22, and a timeout taken by Lyman. And we'll take it with them here in set number 3. We pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
With Heather Williams back at DRG Media Group's World Headquarters, I'm Darren Boyle. 23-22, Stanley County leading here in set number 3. Both teams have won a set. Here is Lyman on the return. It's Skylar Vollmer across. Nice dig by Juarez, and it goes back to the Raiders side. Vollmer again hammers it, and this time she's able to push it through. Skylar Vollmer has had a big night for the Raiders. That's 16 kills, and it ties things at 23 all. Max Scott will check out. Annie Brackey will check back in for Lyman. It will be Annie who sends the serve the other way. Reese hand, up top, Caden's hand, and that's down the line. And a kill for Stanley County. 24-23, Stanley County in game point as Caden's hand moves to the back row to serve. A couple other substitutions for Stanley County as well, as Casey Knight will check back in. And hand sends the serve the other way. Brackey with the bump. It winds up on the Stanley County side. The Lady Buffaloes will attack. Here's a free ball from Lyman back across. Stanley County will try to set it as Grace Sargent, but blocked. Skylar Vollmer with the defensive play, and things are tied at 24. So take game point off the board for a moment. Remember, you got to win by 2. Here's Mackenzie Labrador to serve. And that serve grazes the net. But Stanley County will make a play. They set it for Sargent, and she'll push it across and down. Grace Sargent now with 10 kills for Stanley County. 25-24 in game point once again. And to the back row, Talia Schmidt. She puts it in play. Here is Lyman. Up top, it's Vollmer. She pushes it through the defense and down. 17 kills now for the junior Skylar Vollmer, and it's 25-25. And again, Lyman fights off a game point. I believe that is Vollmer serving as she sends a serve across, and that's an ace. Her 4th of the night. Game point for Lyman now at 26-25. And remember, the winner of this set will make it, will be up 2-1. As now, a little bit of a stoppage of play. Kaylee Larson has to tie a shoe, and now all is right with the world. And it's Vollmer looking to serve it once again, and she'll send an ace across, and that will give Lyman the victory, 27-25, and they are up 2-1. Scoreboard is from Darren Boyle Sales. I invite you to check out a large selection of new and used farm equipment at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page or shop online anytime at DarrenBoyleSales.com. Our halftime report is next. It's brought to you by Buy Right Seed. We're back in 2 minutes in KPLO.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
At First Interstate Bank in Chamberlain, they know that champions play as one team with one goal. And they also know that champions don't just happen. They are built with determination and the right mix of teammates. you can count on First Interstate Bank as a trustworthy teammate that will go the extra mile to help you win. To learn more, visit First Interstate Bank in Chamberlain today. First Interstate Bank in Chamberlain, member FDIC.
Well, we get the fourth set underway. Lyman, after a long volley, scores the point after a Stanley County hitting error. That's their 24th of the match, and now Lyman commits their 27th hitting error of the match. An attack from Kaylee Larson is into the net. We're tied one set apiece. Stanley County had, through the first two sets, had the advantage in the kill department. But now Lyman has the advantage, 28-26. A service ace from Grace Sargent makes it 2-1 Stanley County. Sargent puts it in play once again. Here is Larson with the attack for Lyman. It's a cross. Raiders and Corey Gabriel try to make an attack. It's dug out by Lyman. They'll work it back the other way. Again, it's Larson. Again, the dig made by Stanley County to Caden's hand. She'll shoot it back row. Annie Brackey will dig. Asen Grant to Lyman. Back across. Dig made by Sargent. Back up top, it's Hand. Vollmer will dig it out. Here is Stanley County once again at the net. It is Gabriel over the top. Nice dig by Lyman again. They push it to the back row. Reese Hand will dig to Corey Gabriel. That is a cross. Vollmer will dig it out. Here's a free ball from Lyman sent the other way, and that will work for a kill. Kaylee Larson is going to get scored the kill there. That was just a free ball that Stanley County couldn't handle. And it's now 2-2 as Lyman has the lead. Both teams have served here in this fourth set. It is Lyman leading 2-0 as Lyman works the serve across. That's a Kaylee Larson ace, and that is the 11th of the night for Lyman. There has been just two, making three service aces on the night for Stanley County. And now a service error as Kaylee Larson's serve goes short and into the net, and back to the Stanley County side we go as we are tied at 3-3. Here's Corey Gabriel serving. That serve is short. 4-3 Lyman. And the Raiders with Kaysen Grand serving. As Kaysen works the return the other way. Serve the other way. Here is Stanley County making the play across. Skylar Vollmer will dig. Grand will set. Vollmer from the back row attacks across. Here, a whistle, and another net violation is going to be called on Lyman. That hitting error total continues to grow. That's 28 on the night. And the point for Lyman, or for Stanley County, pardon me. Alejandro Juarez serving. To the back row it comes. Back Brackey, Gran at the net. It's Scott, but it's hammered by Stanley County's Olivia Chase, and that's across and down. Chase with her first kill of the night. The Raiders, or the Lady Buffaloes, with their first lead of this fourth set. It's 5-4. Lyman the other way on the return. Marita Scott trying to clear it. She can. And Stanley County leading by 2. That's the first lead that they have had, I believe, since they won that opening set, 26-24. And now Skylar Vollmer can't work it back across. That's going to be an ace for Alejandro Juarez. Or are they going to rule it the other way? Lyman is going to go to their bench. Hitting error on Stanley County will give the point to the Raiders. It is 6-5 Stanley County. Morgan Shelsky into the match to serve. And she loops it to the back row. Abby Wiley with the bump. They move it forward to Caden's hand. That's across, and that is down. And Caden's hand now with 10 kills on the night. 7-5 Stanley County as it goes back to the Lady Buffaloes. And Caden's hand will move to the back row to serve. Shelsky will check out for the Raiders, and Rayleigh Middleton will check back in. Caden's hand will work and serve. And that's an ace as it came off the hands and then off the face of Annie Brackey. And that's going to be an ace for Caden's hand, and that is her first of the night. 8-5 Stanley County. And we'll put it in play once again. Middleton, Gran, Vollmer. She'll hammer it, but hit it long and out of bounds. 9-5. Stanley County with the advantage, as Caden's hand will continue to work and serve. The overhand across, Vollmer. Now Max Scott the other way. The Raiders will clear it. Stanley County will work it back across. It is Brackey to Grand to Vollmer, and Schuyler again dumps it hard and across and down. 9-6. Stanley County's lead is at 3. As Annie Brackey, who just checked out, will check back in, and she will serve. And here is Stanley County. Grace Sargent the other way, and a whistle, and I think we're going to have a net violation on Stanley County this time. And another hitting error for the Lady Buffaloes. When it's all said and done, the errors have taken center stage in this match. Both teams have given up a lot of points. Here is Grace Sargent with a two-hand shove. Dig made by Larson. Vollmer will set it for Larson, and Kaylee's attack is across, and now Stanley County sets up a return, and here is Grace Sargent the other way. Grace will push it across and down, and it's 10-7. For Grace Sargent, that is 11 kills on the night. It's 10-7 to Stanley County. Delia Schmidt serving. Skylar Vollmer back row. They move it forward. Skylar has it. She'll hammer it hard. And Stanley County attacking, but hits it wide and out of bounds. Another hitting error for the Lady Buffaloes. Will give another point to the Raiders, and their deficit is 2. As Marina Scott will check out, Mackenzie Lavador will check in for Lyman as they serve. Here's Reese Hand back row. Up top, Corey Gabriel to the back row. And on the dig, that's off the net official, Terry Keller, and out of play. Hitting error Lyman will give the point to Stanley County. 11-8, Lady Buffaloes lead. They need to win this fourth set to set up a match-deciding race to 15 in that fifth and final set. Here's Lyman with the return. Stanley County works it back the other way on the one-timer. And now Lyman gets 4 hits on and another hitting error. And over the last couple of instances, Lyman's passing just not very crisp, and that has allowed Stanley County to open up a 4-point lead. Here is Brackey. Grand up top, Vollmer blocked there. Stanley County will keep it alive as they send it back across. Here is Vollmer. Grand back to Vollmer. It's blocked. Brackey follows the play and keeps it alive, and a whistle, and they're going to call that a double hit. And now I think the officials are going to get together and confer. And these are two of the best in the business, and Sharon Ferry and Terry Keller. It looked like a good block to me from my vantage point. Unless they assume that Schuyler didn't, or that Stanley County didn't block it. And then Schuyler, when she hit it again, is called for a double hit. So I think that's what the conversation is here, because it was a low ball. It was a play at the net. And I think what they decided to do, and happens a lot, they're going to replay the point. So it's 13-18 Stanley County. It will be Olivia Chase who serves. It goes back to Annie Brackey, Case and Grand, Skylar Vollmer. Over the top of the defense, Juarez will dig it out. Stanley County will move it forward over the top of the defense. It's Chase. Here is Larson. She will attack it, blocked and down, and that is Corey Gabriel making the play for Stanley County. 14-18, or 14-8, pardon me. It's a 14-8 lead for Stanley County as Olivia Chase serves, and that serve is wide and out of bounds. 12 service errors for Stanley County. If you were wondering, Lyman with 13 service errors. And with a 6-point lead, Stanley County will go back on the defense as we continue to discuss. And that score may not be right. I think that's possibly what we're looking at. They did not take one of those when they replayed the point, because they gave the point to Stanley County initially. And then when they decided to replay the point, did they take a point off the scoreboard? And that's what I am not sure of. And that is what we are talking about at the net, and now we are good. It's Stanley County 13 and Lyman 9 And a good job by the officials to just make sure that everything is, scored correctly. And here's Skylar Vollmer, who's going to send across an ace. Boy, Skylar played well tonight for Lyman. That's 6 service aces. She has 18 kills and a block. And it's a 3-point lead for Lyman, or for Stanley County, as Lyman again will work to serve. And here is Vollmer the other way, and that serve is long and out of bounds. 14-10 now, as Stanley County leads, and Grace Sargent will serve. Middleton back row, they move it forward to Larson over the top of the defense. It's long and out of bounds. Another hitting error for Lyman, and another point for Stanley County. Sargent once again over the top. Vollmer back row with the bump, and Casey Grant just lost it. Maybe lost it in the lights as she could not move it forward. And that is going to be a point for Stanley County and a timeout taken by Lyman. It is 16-10. Stanley County leading here in set number 4. And again, we'll pause, this time for 30 seconds on KPLO.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Timeouts brought to you by Integra. Acres Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Integra cooperative today. The Raiders use their first time out of this 4th set as they trail by a half dozen. It's 16-10 as Lyman tries to work the return of Stanley County serve. They'll hit it long and out of bounds. It's 17-10 now as Grace Sargent puts it in play. Raiders will try to settle down, but Skylar Vollmer attacks and hits it short. She has been active tonight. And just not enough altitude there, and put it into the net, and it's 18-10. Frosted comes as Sargent serves. Here is Larson attacking. And Kaylee Larson's shot is into the net, and it's 19-10. Grace Sargent serves once again. Vollmer trying to get it over the top and can't, and that's an ace for Grace Sargent, her second of the night. And Stanley County, for the first time in this match, the first team to 20, they try to force this to a 5th and deciding set. Larson attacking for for Lyman. It is blocked by Corey Gabriel. Here are the Lady Buffaloes, and it's Gabriel. She'll hit it long and out of bounds. That ends the scoring run for Stanley County. But the Raiders now have some work to do. It is 20-11. As Kaylee Larson checks in, here is Caden's hand, and she will hit it short. These kids have played a lot of points as we work here into the 4th set. It was 26-24 in the first set, 25-19 in the second, 27-25 in the third. So I would not be surprised to see these kids a little leg weary here as Caden's hand hits it hard. Vollmer will dig. Stanley County will send it back quickly. Lyman will do the same. Here is the Lady Buffaloes. Corey Gabriel attacks. Vollmer will dig. Max Scott the other way. That is dug out, and they keep it going. Across to the Lyman side. Here is Vollmer with the set. A free ball from Case and Grant is across, and now Stanley County will set it up. It's Caden's hand with a long, hard hit ball. Here's Max Scott the other way. Abby Wiley will dig. Back up top to hand. She'll free ball it across. And here is Lyman once again. Scott across. Juarez. This is Corey Gabriel to the back row, and that will work for a kill. And that was just a well-placed ball. Stanley County kind of went away from hitting it hard to try to place it, and they made a nice play there as they hit it wide and out of bounds. And now for Stanley County, Tatum Scott checks in. This is her first action as she looks to serve, and she'll send the serve across. Vollmer, Grant, Max Scott up top, hits it across and down, and a hard hit ball from the freshman Max Scott gives the point to Lyman, 21-13. We have seen Lyman go on some scoring runs, but not in this fourth set. As Kason Grand looks to send the serve the other way. Here is Stanley County at the net. Hand has it blocked. It's out of bounds, and that is a kill for Caden's Hand. That's 11 on the night, 22-13. As Alejandro Juarez serves. Here's Annie Brackey. Kason Grand, they set it for Skylar Vollmer. She'll push the other way. And here is Stanley County at the net, hitting it across. That is Talia Schmidt. Vollmer will clear it, and now they set it. And at the net, Rayleigh Middleton hits it short, and it's now 23-13. And again, Juarez works the serve across. Brackey, Gran, Scott, and she hits it short. And the Raiders are going to need to use all 2 minutes between sets here to rest a little bit. They appear to be a little bit tired. It is game point at 25-13. The Raiders trying to battle back. Here's Max Scott the other way. Juarez with the dig. Set at the top for Schmidt. It's blocked, and Max Scott makes the nice play. Max Scott with her third block of the night to make it 24-14, but just no margin of error for Lyman here as Rayleigh Middleton looks to serve. And Rayleigh hammers it. Here's Abby Wiley with the dig up top. That's Caden's Hand to the back row. That is across and down, and Stanley County wins this fourth set 25-14, and we will return for a fifth and deciding set. And our scoreboard from Darren Boyle Sales. Check out the large selection of new and used farming equipment at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page or shop online at darrenboylesales.com. We're back in 2 minutes on KPLO.
Now.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Unique as every farmer in the field. Fisher Rounds & Associates gets to know you and your operation before we find a policy. That way, we can make sure you have the coverage you need. Contact Fisher Rounds & Associates and see what it means to have us at your service and at your side. Fisher Rounds & Associates, serving South Dakota farmers with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Lyman will serve to get this fifth deciding set underway. Here's Stanley County. Grace Sargent with a cross-court winner for the Lady Buffaloes, and it's 1-0. Stanley County won the opening set 26-24. Lyman won the next two by 25-19, 27-25 scores. It was all Stanley County in that fourth set, 25-14, and here we are. Stanley County hammering it. Corey Gabriel with the attack. Lyman with a nice attack from Skylar Vollmer, but the Lady Buffaloes will dig it out. Here is Vollmer. Grant up top. Rayleigh Larson back the other way, and Larson again trying to send it back, and now Stanley County. Gabriel with the attack the other way. Middleton working it across, and Lyman hits it wide and out of bounds. That's their 40th hitting error tonight. It's 2-0. As Olivia Chase serves. Here's Kaylee Larson the other way. That is down for a kill, and boy, the Raiders needed that. For Larson, her 6th kill of the night. Remember, we go to 15 in this 5th and deciding set. You got to win by 2. So now, here is the serve the other way from Kaylee Larson. And Stanley County commits the hitting error. They can't move it forward. That's their 30th error of the night. Both of these teams, when they look at the film of this one, are going to say we gave up too many points. Both of them have put together a very nice kill total. Here is a serve by Kaylee Larson that is short and into the net. 32-31, the kill advantage to Stanley County through 4 sets. And now the Lady Buffaloes will put it in play. Brackey with the dig. Scott sends it across. Good job there by Stanley County to send it the other way. Brackey will dig the middle tent with the pass, and she will hit it short. It's 4-2 Stanley County. Both teams have 2 timeouts to use here. Do not be surprised if we don't see one here from Lyman after the next point or so. Max Scott with a nice play. Good court vision there. She saw a big chunk of court open on the Stanley County side, and the defense of the Lady Buffaloes got moved out of the way, and Scott just flat-footed, tapped it over the top of the defense and down. It'll be scored a kill. It's her 9th of the night, and it gives the serve back to the Raiders. Here is Kaysen Grand serving. Stanley County has to free ball it back across, and it's down. That came from Reese Hand. She was on the back row. It was not a good pass. And it was an errant pass that she had to chase down and then dump it across. And really, it looked like at the time just kind of a free ball play. But in the end, it drops for a kill, and it's her 1st of the night. 5-3. And here's Stanley County serving, and serving it short is Briley Kafka. 13 hitting errors on the night for Stanley County. 5-4 Lady Buffaloes as Rayleigh Middleton serves for Lyman. And that serve is long and out of bounds. 6-4 Stanley County. Alejandra Juarez serving as she'll work over the top. In the back row, it's Brackey. Grand will set. Skylar Vollmer with a shove the other way. Dug out by Hand. Up top, Caden's Hand. She'll hammer it. And it's across. And it is down. Caden's Hand will score the kill. That is her 13th of the night. 7-4 Stanley County. And here is Alejandra Juarez to the back row, Vollmer. Grant, back to Vollmer. Skylar over the top of the defense block. Vollmer will keep it alive. Scott will clear it. And now Stanley County will set the play. It's Hand to the back row. Brackey will dig it out. Here is Grant to Vollmer. She shoves it down the line and a whistle. And they are going to call a net violation. They're going to call Max Scott for going over the top, or are they going to call the Skylar Vollmer for the direct? Or are we going to replay the point? They're going to take a point away from Stanley County, and they're going to give it to Lyman, so it's now 7-5. And now, Lyman will serve, and it's Annie Brackey who looks to put it in play. Brackey over the top. Reese Hand kept alive. Stanley County can't move it forward. That's an ace for Annie Brackey in my book. That's her 1st of the night. One thing that Lyman has done is served the ball very well. That is 13 aces on the night. Brackey serves. Reese Hand back row. They move it forward. Free ball is across by Stanley County. Here is Brackey to Grand to Vollmer, and she pushes it the other way. Now Stanley County will have to work to move it forward, but out of position. They'll free ball it back, and here is Lyman once again. Vollmer to the back row. Wiley will dig up top. Caden's Hand. They duel there. Vollmer will keep it alive, but she can't touch it next, and nobody from Lyman can get there. Score the kill for Caden's Hand. Her 14th of the night, and it's 8-6. Stanley County still leading. We go to 15 here on this 5th and deciding set. Remember, you got to win by 2. As Hand serves here, and it's an ace. Caden's Hand with her 2nd ace of the night, and a timeout taken by Lyman. 9-6, Lady Buffaloes. And we're breaking for 30 seconds. We're back after this on KPLO.
It's the season.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Office of Highway Safety, KPLO 94.5 Reliance Chamberlain, 100.5 Pier Fort Pier. Slow the drive, arrive alive.
Play, but they do get it across. Kaylee Larson is going to be scored with a kill, but kind of in slow motion, they were able to make that play and get it across. Stanley County's defense just was not there. And now it's 9-7. Stanley County with a 3-ball back across. Brackey will dig. Grand will send it back up and pushing it the other way is Larson. Here's Grace Sargent at the net. It's blocked, and that's a Skylar Vollmer defensive play for Lyman. Her second block of the night, and it's 9-8. We'll see Lyman next Tuesday night as they travel to Murdo to take on Jones County. That will be our action next Tuesday night. But Stanley County works the return of serve across. Here is Lyman at the net. It's Skylar Vollmer. And back-to-back big plays for the junior. And it's 9-9. Rayleigh Middleton, that is Mackenzie Lavador serving. She's going to send across an ace, and now Stanley County is going to take a timeout. 10-9 Lyman. We've seen everything here tonight. Let's take another 30-second break and return on KPLO.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Williams of GRT Media Group World Headquarters. My name's Darren Boyle. 10-9 is our score. Lyman with a 1-point lead as they continue to work and serve. Here is Stanley County. They will work it forward and across. Middle tent with a dig back row for Lyman. They've set for Skylar Vollmer. She will hammer it. Stanley County will make the play. Olivia Chase clears it. And here are the Raiders once again. Vollmer with a two-hand shove back row. It's Caden's hand, Olivia Chase, Grace Sargent. Nice two-hand shove across and down. Sargent with 13 kills, and we're tied at 10. For Stanley County, this is Talia Schmidt serving. That's Talia with a hard hit ball across. It's Middleton back row Grand. With a pass up top to Vollmer. She has it just fist bumping across. It is Chase again. Off balance. It's Larson digging for Lyman. Grand. Now Vollmer, and that is through the block and down. And Skylar Vollmer with 20 kills on the night. It is 11-10. Lyman with a 1-point advantage with just a few points remaining in this match. It will be Skylar who will go to the back row and serve as she gets a run at it. And she'll dump it across. Here is Caden's hand with the dig at the net. Larson tries to clean it up, but it winds up going to the Stanley County side. They'll make the play. It's Larson again, and Kaylee will hit it short. 11-11 here in set number 5. Both teams have a timeout remaining in the match. Keep that in mind if either team gets on a little bit of a run here. Vollmer will return for Lyman. Here is Grace Sargent at the net. She will dump it across and down. 12-11. Stanley County back out in front now. Olivia Chase serving once again. As she works to the back row, it is Lavador up top, Larson the other way, and that is a kill for Kaylee Larson. Her 8th of the night. We're tied at 12. And Kaylee Larson will move to the back row and serve. Larson with the serve across. Stanley County has the free ball the other way. And now Lyman on the dig. Hits it wide and out of bounds. That will turn out to be a kill for Olivia Chase. 13-12 Stanley County. Grace Sargent serving. Vollmer, Scott across at the net. Lyman will push it to the back row. Here is Stanley County. It's Caden's hand through the block, but Lyman will dig it out. Skylar Vollmer will push it to the back row. Sargent will dig. Up top, it's Gabriel. Blocked by Max Scott. Raiders will get the play, and that is a good defensive play by Max Scott, her fourth of the night. And believe it or not, we're tied again at 13-13. Kason Grand serving for Lyman. As Marina Scott will check in. Checking out will be Mackenzie Lavador. Stanley County working the return of serve. Up top, Caden's hand. A hard hit ball, and it's across and down. 14-13. Stanley County leading, and we are at match point as Stanley County will go to their bench. And Tatum Scott will check in. Also checking back in will be Talia Schmidt. Here is the serve by Scott. Brackey. Now Scott the other way as they get it back across. They duel at the net. Max Scott with the attack. It's across and down. 14-14. Match point off the board. Remember, you got to win by 2, so extra volleyball is coming. Here's the serve the other way by Lyman. Stanley County will set it at the net. Alejandro Juarez over the top. Max Scott will dig. It's Vollmer. Now Scott will free ball. And back to the Stanley County side. Caden's hand with a hard hit ball. But Max Scott with the defensive play. They're going to call her for the net violation? No, they're going to give her the block. That's her 5th of the night. Match point for Lyman. 15-14. Raiders will put it in play. It is Wiley. Now Chase. Wiley with a two-hand shove to the back row. Brackey will dig. Grand will set. Vollmer the other way. That's over the top of the defense. Juarez will set for Caden's hand to the back row. And it's across and down. 15-15. Both teams have fought off a match point here. And Alejandro Juarez serves for Stanley County. And that's going to be a point for the Lady Buffaloes as Stanley County leads now 16-15. The Raiders just could not move it forward off of the serve, and a timeout taken. The Raiders use their final timeout of the match. They lead 16-15, and we're back in 30 seconds on KPLO.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
697-2592.
Match point here at 16-15. Alejandro Juarez serving. Here's Annie Brackey, Kason Grant, Skylar Vollmer across and down. And again, Lyman fights off a match point. Another kill for Skylar Vollmer. That's 21 on the night, folks. 16-16 as we battle here in set number 5. Annie Brackey serving. Back row, Reese hand, and that's an ace. She got the bump on it, but off of the backboard on the far side that's folded up. That's down, and Annie Brackey with her second ace, and now Lyman with a match point. 17-16 Raiders. They will shoot it to the back row. It is Wiley, Chase, Caden's hand, back across. Lyman will dig. Vollmer will work it the other way. They set it for Caden's hand once again. Blocked by Vollmer, kept alive by Larson at the net. They'll duel. Stanley County will dig it out. They'll work to send it back. Here's Olivia Chase with the free ball. Vollmer will dig. It's Grand back to Vollmer. Across, dug out. Chase moves it forward. Talia Schmidt with the free ball to the back row. Brackey will dig. It's Vollmer. Now Wiley with it. Back up top, Caden's head, hard hit ball blocked. Wiley will keep it alive. Stanley County needs to free ball it back, and they will. Here is Walmer up top, and she hits it out of bounds. And the Lyman Raiders win it. (18-16) in set number 5. The Lyman Raiders pick up their 5th victory of the season. Whew. Scoreboard from Darren Boyle Sales. Check out the large selection of new and used farm equipment in my lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. We can help you with whatever you need to get ready for fall. Check out our website, DarrenBoyleSales.com. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page for the latest updates as well. We will take a 3-minute break. Post game is next on KPLO.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Your post game underway, and we will talk about a thriller here tonight as the Lyman Raiders pick up victory number 5 of the season, but in dramatic fashion as they win it in 5. They win 18-16 in that 5th and deciding set, and pick up their 5th victory of the season. Stanley County won the opening set 26-24, but Lyman was able to get some momentum and kind of took control of the second and third sets. They won 25-19 in set number 2 to even it at a set apiece. Then it looked like they had a little bit of momentum leading early in set number 3. Stanley County came back to make things interesting, but Lyman able to prevail 27-25. in that third set. They were up 2-0. It caused, Stanley County needed to go on a scoring run. They needed that fourth set to be able to continue this match, and they were able to do that. They were able to catch Lyman a little flat-footed in that fourth set, and eventually just took control of it, wound up winning 25-14 to tie things at 2 apiece. We go to a fifth and deciding set that turned out to be a seesaw battle as both teams had match points. In fact, Lyman had 2 of them, or that Stanley County did. Lyman was able to fight off those match points on 2 different occasions and eventually win this off of a hitting error, 18-16, and pick up the victory. And they come away with their 5th match victory of the season. With the loss for Stanley County, they'll drop to 8-10. As we look at the statistics, the offensive statistics really bore fruit in this one. It was Stanley County who wound up with a kill advantage, 41-39. It was a 9-8 kill advantage for Stanley County in that 4th set, but Lyman was able to prevail. Just 1 hitting error for Stanley County in that 5th and deciding set, and Lyman was able to survive that as well, and it really turned out to be quite a match down the line as we seesawed back and forth. We talk about match points that got fought off. There were several times in both the first and the third set where game points were fought off by both teams as well. And I think if you're either coach, Stephanie Huber or Callie Houchin, there's a lot of things you can take away from this match. And the one thing that you can keep in mind from both of these teams is how they battle going through this match. And we fought to the final point, but Lyman was able to be victorious. And again, the Raiders, with the victory here, will see their next action on Thursday, or actually tomorrow night, as they will be on the road. They will travel to Kadoka for a match out there against a very good Cologne ball club. And for Stanley County, they will be at home. That is on Thursday night as they get set to take on Cologne. And again, a lot of volleyball. 8 matches remaining for Lyman. 7 matches remain for Stanley County, but both teams probably playing some of their best volleyball here tonight. We'll talk about that as our big play of the game is next. Our big play of the game brought to you by the folks at Golden Buffalo.
The KPLO Sports Big Play of the Game is brought to you by your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, where you can play big. The Golden Buffalo Casino is proud of all our area youth and all of their accomplishments in activities. Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, is a proud sponsor of KPLO Sports Big Play of the Game.
Well, in a match like this, it's really hard to pick out one big play of the game, but what we can talk about is improved play from both of these teams, and the competitiveness of both of these teams really was a battle down to the final point. And you've got to be, if you're either one of these head coaches, Stephanie Huber, Callie Houchin, you've got to like the way that both of these teams came out tonight and just battled for each and every point. We just about played maximum points, and we talk about in that 4th set, especially on the part of Lyman, but Stanley County showed it as well. Some fatigue factor with both of these teams as we got midway through that 4th set. But you could keep in mind, we had played a lot of points to that juncture of the match, and that, just really good play and a really good volleyball match tonight. That is our big play of the game, and it's brought to you by the folks at Golden Buffalo. Finally, in our post game, it is our player of the game, and we have a tough decision to make. Some players making plays here this evening. Our player of the game is brought to you by the folks at CHS River Plains. Let's hear from CHS River Plains. We'll name our player of the game after this. And our player of the game brought to you by the folks at CHS River Plains. Let's talk about our player of the game nominees. Let's go to the Stanley County side first. They The Lady Buffaloes were led by Caden's Hand, who had 2 service aces and 16 kills tonight. Grace Sargent with a nice match, 2 kills, 2 blocks, 14 kills for the 5'9 senior. The Lady Buffaloes, 41 kills tonight as they won that statistic in the match, but wind up losing this in 5, 18-16 in that 5th and final set. On the Lyman side, 8 kills for Kaylee Larson, 10 kills and 5 blocks for Max Scott. Skylar Balmer is our player of the game. 21 kills on the night, 2 blocks, 6 service aces. The Raiders sent across 16 aces tonight. 6 of them came from the junior Skylar Balmer. She is our KPLO CHS River Plains player of the game. We do have more high school volleyball for you tomorrow night on KPLO. We will be in Highmore. Highmore Herald hosting Sully Butte. It's a very important match as far as seeding in Region 6B is concerned, and 2 longtime rivals will go at it on the volleyball court. We will be at the Hyde County Memorial Auditorium for action there on tomorrow night, around 7 o'clock with our match coverage on KPLO. High school football on Friday night. We'll be in Presho for Lyman versus Sully Butte, 2 of the top teams in 9-man football. Sully Butte's in 9B, Lyman in 9A. Both teams ranked, both teams with a very good record. Both teams will do battle on Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:40 with the pregame on KPLO. Vikings football on Sunday. The Vikings will be at home, U.S. Bank Stadium, as they take on the Chicago Bears. Noon kickoff, 11 a.m. with your Vikings pregame on KPLO. Next Tuesday night, we will be in Murdo for more volleyball action. The undefeated Jones County Coyotes will take on these Lyman Raiders. That will be Tuesday night next week. We'll have that for you from Murdo on KPLO. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to keep your eyes on the road and not on your phone. Our coverage of regional high school volleyball tonight has been brought to you by the folks at Edgewood Health, Burning Electric, the Hawaii Federal Credit Union, Fisher Browns and Associates Insurance and Real Estate, by Access Health of Fort Pierre, by the Pierre Regional Airport, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Sioux Nation, the First Dakota National Bank, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, and Yesway. Coverage of regional high school sports tonight has also been brought to you by the First Interstate Bank of Chamberlain, Albertson Oil, Rumen Ag, BJ's Food Center, Kennebec Telephone, the Oasis Pump and Pack, Chamberlain Ready Mix, Fisher Round, Fiery Brothers, Access Health of Presho and Kennebec, Bowie Foods, and Car Swap, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. Coverage of regional high school sports on KPLO is also brought to you by Darren Boyle Sales, CHS River Plains, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the Golden Buffalo, Buy Right Seeds, Agtegra, Riverview Power Sports of Oklahoma, the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, Avera Orthopedics, the May Adam Law Firm, and by Pottsboro State Farm Insurance. Coverage of regional high school sports on KPLO brought to you by the Jet Lanes, Venture Communications, Kimball Livestock, Titan Machinery, and Wagner Auto Company of Pierre. Heather Williams has been our technical director, doing great work tonight at the home office, DRG Media Group's world headquarters. And from Parkview Gym, I'm Darren Boyle. A 5-set thriller tonight, won by the Lyman Raiders, and we bid you all a very pleasant evening.